Today, class, I'm going to be talking about socioeconomics, something along those lines. Right. First of all, right, Leo Varadkar becomes the Taoiseach. What year was it? 2010. One of the first things he did as the Taoiseach was go to Canada for Gay Pride with Matt, photographed in the parade and all. Met Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. And now I'm going to explain the entire fucking racket that's going on here. Like, I'll get to that in a moment. Leo Varadkar, this is like 11 years ago or something at least. Like, one of the first public appearances was international appearances was going over to Canada and meeting Justin Trudeau during Gay Pride Week at the actual parade, like with his boyfriend Matt. Yet, for some reason, like, Canada has been pioneering the way for cannabis legislation. Leo Varadkar goes over, hangs out with him. 11 years later, Ireland is still in the dark ages when it comes to fucking cannabis legislation. In Canada, a school nurse can prescribe cannabis, I believe with THC and all, can give cannabis to a student legally in Canada if they feel like they need it. A minor in Canada, a school nurse, according to what I read on the internet, a school nurse can give a student cannabis if they think that's what they need, like if they have anxiety or something like that, whatever, like. Yet, Ireland, we are 11 years later after Leo Varadkar going hanging out with him. We are still in the fucking dark ages when it comes to cannabis legalization. It's the business aspect in Canada model that is the bit that's it's the business part that's the thing, but that's aside the point. But in terms of like for medicinal cannabis and recreational cannabis use in the West, like anywhere outside of South America, really, they are fucking light years ahead of everybody else. Leo Varadkar goes, hangs out with him. We are still, they let it be used medicinally for 3 things, and one of that and left out chronic pain, like, because you can't prove chronic pain or whatever, that you have chronic pain. If cannabis was legalized for chronic pain, you could go to the doctor and lie that you have chronic pain, so they won't legalize it medicinally for chronic pain, which means that people are suffering unnecessarily. That are actual sufferers of chronic pain, because chronic pain is something I don't have, but I never had it. But it's something that's makes life very, very difficult for people who have it, like. And they could legalize it for chronic pain, but they won't. Haven't yet. Anyway, so the point is the racket that's going on. So so Justin Trudeau, right? He seems like he looks like an interesting person, like as a prime minister or whatever. But I heard a couple of things about it regarding him that make me doubt his fucking his level of authenticity, like of how good an actual person he is. One of them is how Indigenous people are treated in Canada. As in, like, people, their water supply, people Indigenous on land that they've been given, allocated, like, their water supplies being like, they're being polluted, that they don't have fresh drinking water, and being ignored. Also about Indigenous women going missing and being ignored, like the Indigenous Canadians, the Indigenous Indian Native Canadians or whatever. Being ignored in their own home, land, under Justin Trudeau's governance. Like, the other thing I know about Justin Trudeau is that he's in with Macron, the French Prime Minister. I thought I overheard. I woke up the other morning and I thought I heard some on the news about a fucking did they elect a new president in France or what or something. I only heard it for 1 second. I just woke up. Anyway, yeah, but Macron, the Prime Minister of France, he has been in raping Mali the Malians in Africa, of the north of Africa, just under France, ripping them off over their own gold. That's in their lands, like. Ripping off the Malians, not getting their bang for their buck, not being given jack shit from what France has been stealing from them in gold. Justin Trudeau and other fucking politicians in other countries are in on the deal of Macron stealing Malians' gold, like natural resources. They've caused like they turned Mali into an absolute disaster zone in terms of like rebel fractions and stuff like that. Over this, and like I think like nearly a civil war or whatever. They've caused that in Mali over the gold. And I know what some Irish people are thinking right now, right? What has this got to do with Ireland? Why should, I mean, it's a million miles away. We don't have a say. We're not the ones doing it. How does it apply to us? Do you want to know how it applies to Ireland? Because we gave them part of our army under the clause of peacekeeping missions. It wasn't a peacekeeping mission. It was over Mali's gold. And 5 Irish soldiers have died in Mali as a result of being like shot by rebels or so, things like that, executed by rebels. 5 Irish soldiers have died over this fucking gold in Mali. That they are giving Malians jack shit rights to their own fucking land, in their own country, in their own fucking continent. And I'd be wondering, like, asking myself, when I find this stuff out, I'd be going, what fucking century are we living in? That they're still doing the same bullshit that they did in the 1900s or whatever, today. Anyway, here's the whole racket. So, why, if Canada can legalize marijuana, and fucking successfully so, for recreational use included, if a school nurse can fucking give it to a student in school during school hours if they think that they need it legally, then why are we in the fucking, why is Ireland in the dark ages if fucking Neil Varadkar are such good fucking friends with Justin Trudeau, and why are we not emulating fucking Canada when it comes to drug policy, to fucking cannabis policies? It's 11 fucking years later. We've legalized it medicinally for 3 conditions, not chronic pain, and people who have suffered from chronic pain needed them. Like, they could really seriously use it, like, to make their everyday lives fucking bearable. So yeah. Anyway, so it's this goal. It's this the racket. That's what people fail to understand. So when it comes to people like fucking Canadian politicians, when it comes to US politicians, when it comes to Irish politicians, when it comes to French politicians, what people fail to realize is they're not a politician, first and foremost. Even though that's what they claim to be and what a lot of people think they are. First and foremost, they're a business person. They're a business person. You need to people need to understand that. In a lot of countries, a lot of politicians aren't first and foremost a politician. They're first and foremost a business person. And business people, genuine, real business people who only have their eyes on the cash, don't care if you're black, white, or a transsexual leprechaun if it comes to making a good business deal that's going to make them a lot of money. They don't care if you're black, they don't care if you're white, they don't care if you're a fucking transsexual leprechaun. When it comes to business, they only have their eyes on the prize, on the cash, on the dollar sign or whatever. They don't care if you're black, white, or transsexual fucking leprechaun if it's a good fucking business deal for them. That's why Leo Varadkar is able to be a gay Taoiseach. Because they don't care, because he's a business person. They have business interests. They have business interests at heart. And who's running the country? People in Ireland, business people. Big people who have their business interests at heart. And Ireland, oh yes, I'm going to explain now why the Irish government is so fucking absolutely taken for suckers, like. Because the one thing that is more valuable than cash money Okay, take a fucking note, euro note, you set it up, fucking like stick your lighter under it, it's gone. You fucking take a thing of gold, you can't fucking set that on fire. That's more, resources are more valuable than money, and they understand this. But the Irish government, when it comes to money, they are like a heroin junkie. They need a quick fix now. Now. They don't care about the consequences. Selling off they're selling off natural resources. There's supposed to be gold in the mountains in Donegal. I didn't even know that. They sold it in the Donegal mountains where my mother's from, where my roots are, like. Because the Irish government, when it comes to money, is like a junkie looking for a quick fix, and they don't even care if the stuff, they don't know if the stuff is definitely heroin or not. They're that hungry for money, desperate, they're like a junkie, and they just want a quick fix cash now. They don't charge them for what the fuck, when they do sell off those resources, they don't charge them what their actual value is. They sell it off by miles, and what they fail to realize is that natural resource that they know, those people know, is that natural resources are more valuable than money. And there's been a massive grab going on to take all natural resources anywhere in the world by the fucking powers that be. Because they know exactly what they're doing, and they know that gold and stuff like that is more valuable than actual money itself. Money will cease to exist one day, and they're going to be the ones with the legal deeds who own all those natural resources when there is no money left, like. And Ireland's just giving it away, like. So I don't understand why people like Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, I don't even understand why their own voters vote for them, because they can't even broker a good business deal.